So we're interviewing Tia Dore on the back end of this protest, the Women's March on Washington. When was the last time you went to a protest?
Gosh, just a few years ago. Um, a few years ago, um, when we started to expand this war in Iraq, invaded Iraq. Um, but I first started coming to these demonstrations in Washington in 1969 for the moratorium against the Vietnam War. So I've been to many demonstrations over the years, but this is by far the largest I've ever participated in.
Do you feel like this represents something new happening in the United States?
Yes, I feel this is a spontaneous welling up of worry. It goes beyond just mere concern. It's a deep worry for our democracy, our rights, and a pulling together of people, a uniting of people in terms of our core values of diversity, love for each other, and respect for our rights and expansion of our rights, our human rights.
You were expressing sentiments of fear in the wake of Donald Trump being elected president. How did your participation in this protest today affect that?
Interesting question. I'm very fearful of what he'll do, but I have more hope now that people will organize, that they've made connections with each other, that they feel the emotional strength from getting together with something like this march and rally today.
As disorganized as the march turned out to be, there were still hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people here and hundreds of marches across the country. What do you think that says about where we're going as a society?
I got a few of them for you, so.
I feel that people are wanting to take the country back. They see that this veering off in this direction of hate, pushing others who are different from what we look like away, cleaving in society, but also just out for ourselves as regards the world in general is an extremely dangerous course.
When you look around and you see all these people who came from across the country to participate, what do you say to them? You're a Washingtonian.
Welcome.
You were talking to hundreds and hundreds of people today.
Well, I was asking people where they were from and when they first came down to a march here and things of that sort. I've always seen people of different generations in these marches, but there were people of all different ethnicities in this march as well, which was a really good sign. And as I have to say, as usual with these marches, tremendous goodwill of people toward each other, helpfulness toward each other. And you say the march was disorganized. I think the people showed tremendous calm, getting their message across with their chants and songs. People had to wait for many hours while there was a rally going on that we couldn't listen to because there were so many people and the route we were given boxed us in so that many of us couldn't really hear what was going on the stage. And yet, people wanted to be here. They wanted to connect with each other.
So what was your most positive takeaway of the day? What interaction with somebody, a fellow protester, did you have that gave you your biggest sense of hope?
I guess with a little boy who kept chanting that women have rights, you know, women have rights, you know. A little 10-year-old boy.
By the name of?
Uli, for Ulysses.
That's great. Do you expect this will grow?
Yes. Yes, I don't think this will peter out. And I think the immediacy of this, right after Trump's election, sends a message I felt there were anomalies that were very, very worrying about the way this was handled from the official side. That we were told first that we couldn't march because there were so many people that there was no place to march. Then we were told that those reports were false and that we could march, and we were given a different route, which we followed, only to be stopped by police on horseback. And the intersection of 7th and Constitution, where we were to turn left on Constitution, completely blocked by police vehicles and policemen. An obvious attempt to just disperse the crowd. But people regrouped and continued down Constitution. And even with those who had gone to catch their buses home and so on, different parts of the country, we could see the people coming down 14th Street by the Washington Monument, filling the whole street. And as we converged, coming down behind the White House and came back up onto the ellipse behind the White House with the drums playing, people playing their guitars and singing. You could feel the hope.
Do you feel that the hope overcomes the fear?
If we keep doing this and come together, I think working together is very important to sustain this feeling. Isolation is the great enemy.